Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Daphne Rose. Thank you so much for joining me here today, and for those of you who are new, thank you for tuning in. I just want to say before I start, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also hit that notification button so that you can get notified every time I post a video. So let's get right into this video. So the topic for today, I want to speak on the topic of strength. More specifically on how to regain your strength after a disappointment. But before I do so, I do want to mention to you guys that I will be starting a series called Spoken Love with Daphne Rose. And the idea behind Spoken Love with Daphne Rose is to help empower you, to help encourage you through love, not only through love, but to also empower you through hard truth. Sometimes when in life we just want to hear the good things. We don't want to hear the things that that are deeply rooted, the negative that's deeply rooted inside of us. But my goal and my desire from this series or from this platform is to help you help you to root out those negative things that are hindering you from becoming the best version of yourself, from becoming who God has intended you to be. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into this video on how to regain your strength after a disappointment. All right, guys, so I do have my notebook here, so I will be looking up and down to see what I have written down as pointers, because I don't want to miss anything. I don't want to forget anything that I have written down. So the first thing, guys, that you want to do whenever you are in a disappointing situation, wherever you are feeling hurt, whenever you are feeling resentment or anger, you want to face the truth and you want to own your feelings. That is the first step to healing, guys. I know sometimes we want to avoid feeling a certain way because, hey, it doesn't really make you feel good, right? I understand that completely, but the biggest mistake that you can do is to avoid how something has made you feel, and then what ends up happening is that you get stuck in your feelings, you get stuck in that state of misery. So the first thing you have to do is stop denying the reality of a bad situation. Accept that you are right now at the moment feeling angry, you are feeling hurt, you are feeling miserable, and allow yourself to mourn the gap of how you wanted things to turn out versus how things actually did. Okay, those are the first thing. I remember when I was going through a personal situation with someone, and we ended up not working out, and I was mortified, I was hurt, I was broken. And shout out to Mimi, a good friend of mine who was there. She was there drilling in my mind the importance of not letting go of your emotion, but like to be able to master your emotions, to accept that you are indeed hurting and not deny your feelings. So it's important to take that time to mourn, important to take that time to accept your feelings and accept the truth for what it is. Number 2, I specifically left this out as number 2 because I feel that in order to do this, you have to first accept the truth for what it is, right? Once you finally accept the truth and you own your feelings, then you'll be able to do this. Number 2, you want to pray and meditate. And sometimes when we're going through those hard times in our lives, it's hard to find that strength, to find that courage to get on our knees and pray, or to ask God, hey God, like, here I am going through something right now. Are you there? Are you going to help me? It's hard to do that when you're feeling disappointed, when you're feeling hurt. But guys, take step number 1, face your truth and own your feelings, and then pray and meditate on the situation. When you pray, you want to ask God, you want to humbly present yourself to God, truthful and all, with your faults, take accountability, which I will get to in a second. You want to humbly come before God and present yourself just as you are and say, God, here I am. I am hurting right now. I am in this situation. I can't handle it on my own. I need your help. I need you to act on my behalf. And at the same time, Lord, I need you to change me. I need you to transform me and renew me from my old ways and renew me into a new person, God. You need to pray and meditate. If you avoid these feelings, if you avoid that situation, that's also a form of negative emotion, a negative emotional reactivity, because you're ultimately avoiding the situation and you're not addressing it, right? So you want to face your truth and then pray and meditate. And with prayer, when you're praying to Yahweh, you're praying to God, sometimes you might not want to share some information with your friends. You might not want to share some information with a family member. But God, the beautiful thing about God is that He's always here to hear you. He's always here to listen to you. He's here and He's always ready to help you. He's there. So use it, guys. All right, so the third thing that I want you guys to do is I want you to take accountability and check your expectations. Now, when we're hurting, when we're going through a breakup, when we're something doesn't work out for us, we start to do the blame game, right? And we start to blame other people. Oh, why did he do this? He did this. He shouldn't have done this and that, right? We start to blame. But it's also important, guys, to understand what part did you play in that situation. What part did you play? And not only that, you need to also check your expectations. So what part did I play? Was I positive in the situation? Did I put all my efforts into it? Was I putting out positivity? Was I creating an atmosphere of love? You know what I mean? Like, you need to check your expectations also, as well as take accountability. And with expectations, I mean, sometimes as humans we expect so much from other human beings when God should be our number one source for everything. We put so much of our expectations on humans who are flawless just as we are. We expect so much, and then in turn, when things don't work out for the better for us, we feel hurt and then we start blaming, right? So take the accountability and understand what part did you play, and think of the situation as an opportunity to grow, as an opportunity to learn. All right, so number 4, you want to reframe your identity and look for the silver lining. So what I mean by reframing your identity, when we go through a heartbreak or a hurt, like I was mentioning earlier, we start to speak negativity over ourselves. Like, we blame ourselves. I'm not good enough. Why did this have to happen to me? Type of deal. You need to reframe your mindset. You need to start thinking positive. You need to start pouring onto yourself self-affirmations. Tell yourself that you're smart enough, and tell yourself that you're good, and understand that you are the only person who will speak those positivity over yourself and believe it. Like, people sometimes will talk and give you those positive affirmations, but unless you know for yourself that you are indeed loving, you are indeed caring, you are kind, unless you know these things, anything other people say to you does not matter. So reframe your identity and look for the silver lining. What I mean by silver lining, what new opportunities does this situation present? From what had happened, what have you learned? How are you going to grow? What have you learned from that situation? Okay? All right, so let's recap. You want to face the truth and own your feelings. You want to pray and meditate. You want to take accountability and check your expectations. You want to reframe your identity and look for the silver lining. And the next 2 points, number 5, you want to practice grace and mercy. Mercy has to do with kindness and compassion, whereas grace has to do with kindness and compassion, but also carries the idea of bestowing a gift or a favor. Once you start practicing mercy and grace, you start to understand that perhaps this person didn't mean to hurt you. Perhaps this person themselves are going through a hard time. They are hurting, that they just blatantly reacted in a way that didn't want to react. Maybe that didn't want to react in such way. Maybe they didn't want to hurt you. So once you start practicing grace and mercy, you start to understand that people are just as flawed as you are. You can hurt just as other people can hurt. Those other people are hurting just as much as you're hurting. Those other people are struggling just as much as you're struggling. Once you understand that, then you understand forgiveness. You understand it becomes easier for you to forgive that individual. And once you're able to forgive that individual, then you can really truly heal. You know what I'm saying, guys? I hope I'm making sense. I really do hope I'm making sense to what I'm saying. Practice grace and mercy. And number 6, last but not least, you want to find your grit, and practice self-care. Now, grit refers to individuals who are dedicated, individuals who have goals, who are persistent, who are passionate about something. So you want to find whatever it is that you are passionate about, whatever it is that motivates you, that gets you up in the morning, that gets you going. This is what you need to focus on. Focus on yourself. Focus on bettering yourself. Learn to, get up in the morning, do your self-affirmation, and get started on your day. Do the things that you've always wanted to do. Do you want to start YouTube? Do you want to start a business? Do you want to do real estate? Do you want to do this? Or start small, guys. It's okay to start small. You don't have to start big. Start small. Find your grit. What makes you passionate? Like, what motivates you? Is it you want to do better for your kids? Is it you want to help your parents? Is it you want to get your dream house or a dream car or whatever it is? Start practicing self-love. Do for yourself. Encourage yourself. Motivate yourself, and then focus on the things that inspires you and focus on the things that brings you joy. Guys, I hope this has helped you in some way. I am personally speaking from experience, because I too have had moments where I was in a funk, guys. Like, I was just like, I didn't know how I was gonna get out of that situation. I didn't know how I was going to find my strength, find my motivation. But through prayer and through meditation and through constant learning and reading, I am able to get out of that situation and into a season of joy and a season of life and a season of success and fruitfulness. So I hope that what I have shared with you guys have been helpful in helping you to regain your strength. And I'll quickly go over it. Number 1, you want to face your truth and own your feelings. Number 2, you want to pray and meditate. Number 3, you want to take accountability and check your expectations. And number 4, you want to reframe your identity and find the silver lining. And number 5, you want to practice grace and mercy. And number 6, you want to find your grit and practice self-love. Alright guys, that about concludes my video. I hope it has helped you. If you guys need someone to talk to, if you are going through your own personal challenges and you just need someone to hear you and listen to you, or if you just have a question, go ahead guys. I have left all my information down in the links below. So everything will be listed down for you to refer back to. Thank you so much for staying and watching this entire video, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification button so that you can get notified every time I post a video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.